We have an absolutely bombshell report that puts the Dodgers back in the Nolan Arenado trade talks. We get into all that in this edition of Dodgers Digest. Hey, this is Mike Nelson. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank the 30% of you, the ones who are watching these videos who have already hit the sub button, but 69% of you have not subscribed yet. I'm not sure why. We're the best Dodger channel out there. You're not going to find content like this anywhere else on YouTube. Myself and Brad J, we're bringing you everyday Dodger content. We also got live streams going. I want to thank everybody who joined us on the live stream earlier today. Every Friday at 9 a.m., we're talking Dodger baseball live here on the channel, so make sure to tune in. Let's get right into it. Of course, the Dodgers have re-entered in the sweepstakes for Nolan Arenado, the $64 million sweepstakes. $64 million doesn't sound like a lot of money now in today's baseball, but MLB.com's John Denton recently reported that the Los Angeles Dodgers have re-emerged in the Arenado sweepstakes after weeks of not showing any interest. This is obviously big news, to say the least. The Dodgers are mentioned here in this report. A sticking point in the Arenado deal could come down to how much of the $64 million that's remained on the Arenado's contract are the Cardinals willing to absorb, right? So the Cardinals are going to have to pay out some of that money, absorb some of that money. That way, whoever gets Arenado will have less, against the cap, right? So initial trade talks in January kind of broke down when the Cardinals refused to pay as much as $20 million toward the balance. It's kind of crazy that they weren't willing to pay that. I mean, if they really wanted to get rid of him, I think they would pay that, right? I mean, it's not a lot of money. At least for the Dodgers, it's not. Probably for the Cardinals, it is, small market teams, right? So after failing to make such trade progress elsewhere throughout January, the Cardinals have re-engaged with the Red Sox, the Yankees, and the Dodgers. That's right. The Dodgers are back in the conversation for Nolan Arenado. Of course, this is breaking news. It just broke a couple hours ago because, this is kind of surprising, right? It's surprising to say the least because, as we know, and like it says also in the report, Los Angeles isn't mentioned as a team that's being too aggressive, but that could quickly change. And we know that could quickly change because the Dodgers have the capital, they have the players to move, they have the young pieces to give to the Cardinals, right? I mean, I don't know. Do the Red Sox and Yankees really have what the Dodgers have to offer, right? I mean, I think the Dodgers have more in terms of giving up, they have more to give up, to the Cardinals than, say, the Red Sox or Yankees, right? I mean, they have arguably, I know some of you disagree with me, but I think they have the best farm system in baseball, and the results are right there year in, year out. We always have young players coming out that you never heard of, and now are in Major League Baseball and are making an impact. River Ryan was a player that, was not talked about very much before the 2024 season, and he moved up. He got called up to the Dodgers, and he made an impact right away for, of course, an injury-plagued Dodger team. As a starting pitcher, River Ryan was great, and he showed that he is a major league pitcher. Unfortunately, going to be out, for this season, won't be back till next year. But River Ryan is one of those guys that I think we should not kind of discount as a potential trade asset, right? When it comes to getting a star player like Nolan Arenado, right? That is the kind of player that the Dodgers could potentially have to package in to try to get Nolan if they were really serious about it. Now, who is the other guy that's out? Well, I would say Max Muncy, right? Like we talked about earlier on the live stream, Max Muncy is a big question mark, right? Max Muncy, with his decline the last couple years, has shown, a decline for sure offensively at the plate, and I just wonder if the Dodgers are going to be willing to hold on to him again, right? Are they going to be moving off of him eventually before it's too late? Now, Chris Taylor is another guy that the Dodgers have been trying to get rid of. We know that's been going on. I don't know if Chris Taylor really shapes into the Nolan Arenado deal. I don't know if the Cardinals would really want that because they would have to now pay Chris Taylor, and they're trying to get rid of salary here by trading Nolan. So that I don't know if Chris Taylor really gets involved in this trade. What do you guys think? Comment below. Do you guys think the Dodgers are really serious about trading for Nolan Arenado, right? Are they really serious about it? Is it just rumors at this point? How much can we believe from these reports, right? Are these reports really, believable, right? I mean, this time I am a little, skeptical. This is coming, of course, going back, it's coming from MLB.com's John Detton, who, we don't really hear from too much. It's not a guy that's like breaking big stories. It's not Jeff Passan. It's not Bob Nightingale. So that is a bit concerning, right? That maybe this report is not too legitimate. It's not the best report. It's not something that we could consider as something that we could believe, right? But what do you guys think? Do you think the Dodgers would really consider Nolan Arenado? Or, like we talked about this morning, maybe you missed the live stream. I'm not sure why. You shouldn't miss the live stream. We're on every Friday morning at 9 a.m., bringing you the best in Dodger talk. Myself and Brad J. We're going to be doing this every Friday throughout the offseason. Next week, Brad's going to join me, so don't miss out. But like we talked about earlier today on the live stream, right? We talked about this Alex Bregman. Alex Bregman is a potential option for the Dodgers, right? I mean, you can't rule that out. Alex Bregman is currently a free agent, currently in a, he's at odds with the Houston Astros. They can't come to an agreement on his salary, his contract length, and frankly, I don't know if he really wants to stay in Houston, right? Does he really want to stay in Houston? The Astros seem like they are not the same team as they used to be. Dusty Baker is gone. They are obviously not cheating anymore, I assume, and they're not the same, right? So maybe he doesn't want to stay, and he's looking elsewhere to join a contender. Well, the biggest contender out there is the Dodgers, right? I mean, the Dodgers are clearly the World Series favorites for the 2025 season. There is no doubt about it. I don't care who you are. The Dodgers are favorites to win the World Series in 2025, and that's simply because they have done the best that they could possibly do to make this team better in the offseason. They've made all the right moves. They've gotten all the players they've wanted, basically. Blake Snell, Roki Sasaki, they got everybody they really wanted, right? Even got Michael Conforto in the outfield. That was an added bonus. Nobody saw that coming. And, of course, they re-signed Teoscar Hernández. That was the big thing that we talked about for months here, but we finally got it done, right? Now, there's still one more guy, Kike Hernandez. We'll see if that happens. But I think Alex Bregman could consider the Dodgers as an option. Nolan Arenado, I don't believe this report. I'm very skeptical of the report today. I'm very skeptical that the Dodgers are involved again. They didn't seem to show much interest. Now, Nolan himself, personally, he wants to come to the Dodgers. Let's not forget that. He wants to come to the Dodgers. There's no doubt about that. I don't think he wants to go to the Yankees. He doesn't want to go to the Red Sox. He wants to come to L.A., so we got to keep that in mind as well. And Alex Bregman, we don't know. We have no idea. I mean, there hasn't been any talks between Bregman and the Dodgers, so maybe this is all just us kind of talking right now because maybe Bregman has no interest in coming to L.A., and maybe Nolan's the guy that really wants to come, right? So something to think about. Max Muncy could be on his way out. Chris Taylor, I think, has got to be on his way out, too. There's still moves to be made. We still got a long way to go here before we start playing real baseball, and the Dodgers are not done yet. As always, make sure to subscribe, and let's go Dodgers. Woo!